welcome to another episode of Just As Cher Live. You know who I am, and of course, I got another packed show planned for you guys tonight. Have you ever wanted to take total advantage, and I mean total advantage, of a networking event you're going to, a conference event you're going to, but then you just roll up the day of the conference, the day of the networking event with no plan in hand? A lot of people do this and they're really, truly wasting time. And I mean wasting their time, effort, energy, money. Sometimes they even have to convince the boss to let them go to a conference. That could be you. And if you are not taking advantage of this incredible opportunity to boost your brand, get what you want out of conferences or events, especially right now as we are coming up to almost holiday season, there are going to be events that are coming up on your calendar. I have some amazing strategies for you tonight. Okay. I also, and tomorrow or whenever you're watching this in the day, night, morning, whatever, doesn't matter, I have strategies for you. I am fresh off a conference, meaning I just drove back today for you guys so I could do this conference. And before I even go any further, guess what? I'm going to keep honest. Look at me adding in the timer like a pro. I'm almost pro. Getting there, right? Let's see. Okay, that looks good. All right. So ready to start right here, right now on Just As Cher. Okay, yeah, that was kind of cheesy, but it's okay. So let me check right now to see if y'all are watching, if y'all are live, if I'm live, because you never know. Yes, I can already tell right away that people are watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, because you know I love you. You know you guys are the best. All right. And hello, Bertina. Hello, Chef Henry. Can I tell you guys about Chef Henry? He is somebody you need to network, because you know why? He is a published author, my friends. And he sent me a copy of his book. Thank you so much. I finally got around to reading your chapter in this incredible book and talk about breakthroughs. So if you need a breakthrough of your own and want to be inspired by an incredible story, you definitely need to connect with Chef Henry. Thank you for being a published author and sending me a copy of your book. I feel blessed. I feel it's wonderful to get to know you a little bit more, and I wanted to thank you for that. So thank you as well for showing up tonight. And guys, I want to make sure you show up when you go to events, okay? I want to make sure you guys have a plan in hand. So depending on whatever your networking goals are, you can rock them. And that's what this show is all about. Rocking the events that you're going with so you can build your brand, boost your network, rock whatever your goals are for 2020. They start now. Now. Unless you started them last week or a month before, but most people haven't. So let me help you do that. All right. And Ian says, hi, Ian. That's my cousin. Hi, Ian. Gary, you made it home. TeamLive, just on time. So I love my TeamLivers, guys. And let me know. Are you, let me see. What do I want to ask you guys tonight? Are you liking the idea of taking advantage of your networking events, especially conferences? Because like I said, I just came back from speaking at a conference. It was called the Women in Leadership and Business Conference. And I'm going to share some of the strategies that I learned, as far as not really that I learned, that I experienced as a speaker that you can leverage to get in there with the speakers and maybe invite them onto your own show, your own podcast, or just get into the mix with them. Okay, so as well, Bertina, thank you. Bertina's online. Chef Henry, Sharon, hi guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And let's continue moving. So I also want to ask you guys, for those of you watching, are you Team Live or Team Replay? Let me know in the comments below. And you know, as I always say, I love my team and I am glad and grateful whenever you guys are watching. So I appreciate you. So let me know in the comments below. And here's the question I have for you before I jump into my really cool scroll stopper. I have somebody that I cannot wait to share with you because of the way that he did his video. I thought it was incredible, and there's a lot to learn from it. As well, you know, my Tap That app. It is a really cool way of creating videos with your screens, and it is free, my friends. So make sure you tune in for that. And so let me know, do you have a conference or an event coming up? Especially, don't discount those holiday events. All of these strategies work for holiday events, especially if there's somebody in another division, another organization, another company that you need to get connected with to do what you do to achieve those goals. These strategies are winners. They are winning strategies. I am leveraging them right now, and I see how they also work on me as well. So without further ado, let's hit it onto that scroll stopper. Okay, so before I do that, so Steve Sullivan says he is going to the local Madison, the LinkedIn local, which are incredible networking events, by the way. I love going to LinkedIn locals. There's a ton here in Toronto. And when I travel, I like to look out for LinkedIn locals as well. So Lisa says, yes, she has an event coming up. I want to start planning. So this is what Gary's saying. I want to start planning social media marketing world networking to get the most out of the conference. That's what I'm talking about right there, Gary. I actually want to go to social media marketing world. I know we were messaging back and forth about that. So yes, maybe I need to start planning my networking and actually book a flight. How about that? Okay. And let's see as well. Let's take a look. Okay. So let me jump into this scroll stopper, because let me tell you, this scroll stopper is pretty awesome. All right, so let's take a look. Bear with me a second. All right, so today's scroll stopper is brought to you by Hassani X. He is the chief of story, communication strategist, and he is on a mission to impact 100 million lives. And with videos like the ones he is creating, let me tell you, he has a very good chance of achieving his mission. So I am really loving this, and wait till you guys see why. This is like an incredible post that it just stopped me literally. And you know, guys, scroll stoppers is all about what stops me from scrolling. All of a sudden, because we do this all day long, right? We're scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. When we see something that is super good, we have to sit there and analyze, why did it make me stop? There's a lot of competition for our attention, whether it's the Kardashians, whether it's new announcements, whether it's the elections, whether it's just about anything. Everybody is competing for your attention on this phone. So, or any screen you're looking at. So what makes you stop? So in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how Hassani made me stop. And this is what he posted. Let me go over here one second. So he posted this awesome video. And when you see his energy and effort and when you watch it, you just get an idea of who he is. And basically, what I loved about it is I often look at these square videos as sometimes kind of cheesy just because of all the writing around them, and not all of them look good. But for Hassani, what he did really well was he has an exciting headline. Your title is boring. And then in bolded highlight, 3 steps to powerfully introduce yourself. So I love it already. He's got my attention. Your title is boring, right? So it's like, what do you mean my title is boring? Well, let me watch to find out. And Artley over on YouTube says, what's up? Thank you very much. And so we look at this. It's graphically pleasing. So you've got this headline, and you can see already that it's graphically pleasing. We like how it looks, right? And so I'm like, all right, I'll click, I'll watch, right? And then what do we see next? What he shares in the video is some solid information. And so I'm going to try, guys. I'm going to see what I can do to show you guys the video. Let me see. We can't hear, so let me help you out. Let's see. Do I get some video sound? Let's see. Wait.
Why you're back. And now, you know, I understand that no matter how good of a person you are, you find yourself in bad situations with people coming after your money, your reputation, and your livelihood. And I promised that I would never allow anyone in my circle, in my life, to go through it alone. I helped them fight through it. Oh, shit.
Okay, so talk about energy, right, guys? And so let me get back over here. Um, he has a ton of energy. When you watch his video, he has a ton of energy, but he's also giving a lot of solid information. That probably, I didn't set up the clip the way I wanted to, but when you watch this video, because y'all need to go find and connect with Hassani and find him, connect with him. I'll put his link somewhere in the comments later when I go back in and read, guys. But this video was so solid. He breaks down how to create a 5-second, 30-second, and 1-minute pitch. And again, he didn't just like gloss over it. He went in deep enough for a 5-minute video to really bless you with information. And I thought he did a really good job with that. So the next thing he did is, like I showed you, and that's really what I wanted to show that clip, is some amazing energy. So when you're watching his video, you feel his energy coming out. And it makes you want to watch more. When someone has this like solid, amazing energy, you just want to watch them, right? And that's what he did a really fantastic job of doing. Okay, so what else did we see? This was really cool. So when you guys go back and watch that video, so not only was it graphically pleasing, I wanted to take a look, his energy brought me in. This is where he is being strategic with his content creation. He's not just making a pretty cool video. He's weaving in his talent and his expertise and what he already does for clients. And that's something where a lot of people, especially when they start creating content, they're missing the boat on. The content, yes, it is absolutely designed to bless your audience and also, you know, give them information so they can build trust in you. At the same time, you're also to let them know, like, you're there for business, whether it's within your organization, whether it's for business, you're there to let them know what you can do for them. And so what he does is he weaves in how he has worked with his clients. So it plants the seeds for those people who should be working with him to say, oh, he works with people like me and he can help. So that is something that you have to learn to masterfully do with your content, but do it with tact. And I think he did a really good job, and he mentioned his clients more than once, and I thought that was really important. Okay, so something else he did, which is very important, especially in this day and age, is subtitles. More and more, the videos that are getting watched, especially during the day when people are at work, and this is especially on LinkedIn, this is a network where people are online when they're at work. They don't have the volume up, but they will. The stats show that you will watch more videos when there are subtitles, because you can keep the volume off and still watch. And of course, you're also being accessibly responsible. That's never a bad thing, right? So those are the things that Hassani did amazingly well. And when you watch the video, you'll be like, yeah, Cher, he done good. So check him out. Did a great job. And that was my scroll stopper for this week, guys. And I thought he did just an incredible job. And one more thing, which my timer is blocking, so let me move that out of the way for a second, is he did a very detailed caption. So in addition to his video, because not everybody is a visual learner, he breaks down his advice in the caption, and you can see how well it is formatted. It's a mini blog post. It's not overbearing it's not a burden to read. So, and he's using the emojis quite nicely. He points you down. He did a really good job. So when you guys check this out, take a look. He really did do a good job. And there we go. He did a fantastic job, and he's definitely worth checking out. He's great. And the other cool thing, before we let Hassani go, the one thing that I liked, and let me just go full screen again, is when you look at the rest of his content, this one performed really well, and he just posted it a day ago. But you can see that there's some really cool aspects to how he's designing, and there is a consistency in his design as well. So all this really good stuff, and so he's one. He's on the come up. Definitely check him out. His videos are solid and worth watching. So, game recognized game, my friend. I will always pull out somebody who is doing amazing, and he's definitely doing an amazing job. So, what do you guys think? You like the stuff? You think he's dope? I do. All right, let's see who is online right now. Jonah, hey, what's up? How are you? It's so amazing how networking happens. Like, I networked with Jonah last week, and by the way, he has a dope, dope, dope live show, so check him out. Troy, hey, Randy, 13th hour of a 15-hour bus ride from South Carolina to New York City. Wow. That is a long ride, Randy. So thank you for watching. Listening live on the New Jersey Turnpike. I love it. That is a late night for you. And Nigel, yes, we need to connect. And let's see who else is online. Beth, Randy, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Okay. And yes, he definitely has some great value. And so going back to Hassani, go check him out. Definitely worth it. And so yeah, I am now gonna shift gears from scroll stopping. And by the way, if you see a scroll stopper, come on, see something, say something. That's what it's all about. So if you see something that was amazing, tag me in the post, put hashtag scroll stopping or hashtag scroll stopper. I'll know what you mean, so that I can find new posts that catch your attention and I can break down the why for everybody else. Because these are strategies that you can put into your own content. And I want to make sure that you guys are creating awesome content to help you achieve your goals. And speaking of goals, I want to make sure as you are out there networking and going to conferences, there are some incredible things that you can be doing and should be doing. And I have a few tips that I want to share with you. So I want to teach you how to rock the follow up when you go to a conference. And as I mentioned, I was speaking at a conference over the weekend. I literally just got back like 3 hours ago and put this show together just for you. And so let me teach you right now how you can rock the follow up on your next conference. So let's do it. The first tip that I'm always going to start with, because I think it's probably the most important thing, is you got to show up how you show up. And that means you need to update your damn social media. So, what I mean by that is you want to make sure that you look like you in your pictures, so that when people are, who's that person I connected with? Who's this business card that I'm connecting with? That it's the same person they saw at the conference is the same person they are meeting online. Whether they're Googling you under the table, or whether they're connecting with you face to face, or whether they're looking you up while you're in front of them, like, oh, that's you? Now all of a sudden it feels like you lied to them if you don't look anything like your profile picture. And always remember to take a look at the fact that profile pictures are what they are, and you want to make sure that it looks like you. And if it doesn't, go check in with my friend Nick. He can hook you up and make you look absolutely famous and absolutely fabulous at the same time. So we'll make sure we do that. And then in addition to that, the next thing you want to do is within your social. So really take the time to make sure that you have a, what do I want to say? A profile that really truly explains what you do and how you serve. You know what I'm saying? So when I look you up, I know what you can do for me. And you don't look as good as the last job you applied for. You look, I know what you do now. Okay, so I won't belabor that point. And the next thing that I want to see you guys do is, let me take a look, have a plan going in. A lot of people, when they're going to events, they don't have a plan for the event. They kind of just show up. But why are you going? What are you doing to get out of that? What are you getting out of the event you're going to? So, for example, there are a lot of events. I think VidCon was last weekend. There's Social Media Marketing World coming up in the new year, sometime around March or so. But are you going there to create content? Are you going there to network? Are you going there to meet clients? What is it you're going to do? Make sure that you know exactly. Are you just going to learn? That's not a bad thing either. But then, what are you going to do with that learning? So have a plan going in. Have a plan for the content that you could be creating as a result of you going in. So you could meet with some, usually conferences bring together birds of a feather. You know, we all flock together. There are people that you can connect with. There are people that you can start building relationships with. So, and also creating content with. So make sure you have a plan so you know why you're going there. You know who you need to meet or who you'd like to meet. Maybe you want to speak at that conference next year. Maybe you need to find out who the organizers are. Maybe there's a speaker there that you believe that there's an alliance worth having. You need to know where they're going to be. You need to connect with them, learn more about them, maybe have a chance to have a coffee with them. Whatever your plan is, make sure you have a plan going in. Don't just show up and kind of look at the schedule and keep it moving, because it's not going to be good enough for you, because you want to get more out of this. Okay, so let's just see. I'm going to check in to see if you guys are, liking this, tracking with this. How many pairs of shoes? So if you guys watch me over on the gram, when you drive to a conference, it allows you to bring more stuff. I'm just saying. I brought more stuff. So I had maybe about all in about 10 pairs of shoes with me at the conference because I drove. Just leave me alone. Maybe that wasn't part of good planning. But thinking of what's next in the plan, here's something that's really important. When you guys when you plan that conference and you're putting in your calendar, you're blocking your dates, you should also be blocking time to follow up. Because social media, like following up, connecting with people after the event, or whether you're doing it live at the event or after the event, that follow up after the event, if you do not block it in your calendar, you're going to come back to a hell of a lot of work and no time to follow up. And that time, as it goes on, it's like a week later, you're like, oh man, I didn't follow up with that person. 2 weeks later, and then the time has passed, and it takes away from the opportunity when it's fresh and hot and the person remembers who you are. So if you plan time to schedule the follow up, that's incredibly important. And then also, another way that you can look at this tip is as you're connecting with people for the first time, you're planning the next follow up. So that maybe you connect with them, you felt a cool vibe. Now you got to schedule another follow up time, because it can't be just this one and done thing. So schedule the follow up so that you can leverage these relationships that you've made. So far, so good? Let me know. Are these working for you? Let me know. Okay, tap that app, tap that like button. Tell me something. And speaking of apps, you want to get the conference app. And then what you want to do, so usually there's things like Event Mobi. All of the conferences are going digital because they don't have to print stuff. Good for the trees, good for the budget. Who knows why they're really doing it? But again, the conference apps, they're getting smarter. There's also an opportunity for you to build your brand and network while you're there. So take the time to fill in your profile. I see so many people just squandering this opportunity, because conference apps now, they've evolved so much. You can send people messages on apps. You can enjoy some of the social buzz that's happening within the app, so they're trying to gamify some of that. You can also find out about people. You can also leverage the app to help you with your follow-up as well, because now you can look through who didn't you meet when you're looking through the app and the list of attendees. And then you could send them a request on LinkedIn or follow them on Instagram. If you're sending them a request on LinkedIn saying, hey, you know what, I really wanted to meet up with you. You look like an awesome person. Let's connect here on LinkedIn, or something to that effect. So make sure you're taking the time to follow up and get on the app and take the time to not only go through the schedule, plan what you want to do, maybe invite people that look like they'd be going to that particular session. Say, hey, let's sit together, right? Also take that time updating the app with your information. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. Thank you guys so much for joining me, whether you're live or in the replay. You know I love you. You know that I am grateful for this. And let's see what else, what you guys are saying. Okay. And as well, love that tip. Scheduling the time for the follow up. Exactly, Diana. So important that we do this. Because if you don't, it just, you get a bunch of business cards that you never ever use. Okay? Yes, 10 pairs of shoes, Douglas. I know. I have a problem. Okay? I confess, I have a problem. There's probably some help for me somewhere. Maybe there's somebody on LinkedIn that can help me. I don't know. Okay. And so Randy says, I send personalized LinkedIn invites to the speakers at the conferences before the event and then introduce myself in real life. You see, that's the planning that's happening. Randy's taking a look at the speakers. And now, I am so glad that you said that, Randy, because I have something that is going to supercharge that step. So it would be a 3-step process. 1, connect with the speakers prior to the event, sending that personalized invite. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you at this event. In the meantime, let's get connected, right? Then you introduce yourself in real life. And then DM feedback. So send a direct message with feedback or pictures of the speaker while they're talking. As a speaker, I know I really appreciate getting pictures because, the selfie is just not going to cut it. But getting really cool pictures, taking that time to send a really cool pic or a video of the speaker talking will go so much further. You can also send them feedback on what they talked about, how that helped you, or, things they could do better. That's a kind of hard one, but sometimes depending. Or if there was like a little error on their slides or something like that. No one loves to call out the errors, but sometimes, I'd appreciate it, but that's not for everyone. But sending feedback, usually positive feedback, goes a long way. And pictures. I got a few of those and I was like, wow, that was really nice. I really appreciated that. So that's another way of building a relationship with with any of the speakers, is by sliding in their DMs after. So you've introduced yourself, you've connected with them prior, introduced yourself in real life, and then send them pictures and feedback. Slide into those DMs. Let's talk about building a relationship. Talk about making things happen. Okay, so in addition to that, I have one more tip for you guys. I had to move my timer down because I know it's not going to show. So, voice notes and video messages. These things are super powerful, and there's something that you can leverage when building relationships with anybody you've met, whether it's a speaker, anybody. So it is one of the best ways, I think, to follow up, again, is sending somebody a voice note after the event, telling them, just how great it was meeting them, or if you promised something that you were going to follow up with, that, let them know. But sending that voice note is just, one, it's super fast to do and much more personal. People just love it. So those are my tips for you guys. I want to know, what did you think? Will you be using any of those tips? I want to make sure you guys are rocking your follow up. And remember, these tips work at the holiday parties. They work at the events. So it just like you can sub out speaker for somebody on the leadership team that you wanted to get closer to, somebody in another division you want to get closer to, somebody who may be a thought leader in the organization, someone in HR, whoever. They work. Just plan your time, plan who's going to be there, schedule that time for follow up, right? If you have an intranet, look in the intranet site to see who you need to connect with. Go find them on LinkedIn, right? And then send them pictures. Maybe you took a great picture together. You can send that to them. So Fiona said, went to a conference with the app, but the attendees weren't on the app. I know. And that's a challenge too. Only the schedule, and that's unfortunate. I know they're getting better. I was just on Event Mobi, and they had the attendees, they had the schedule, okay, and physicians. So Douglas says the physicians always appreciate when we recognize their speaking engagements. Sending them a pic would take it to a whole other level. Let me tell you, it really does. It's awesome. And I'm telling you, they will appreciate you. Randy's saying, love these tips. Thank you guys so much. If you are loving these tips, tap that app right now, because you know what's coming up next, but I need to know. if you love these tips. Okay, the voice messages, yes, Carrie Ann, it's a great idea. Trust me. It feels, whenever I send them, people always like, oh my gosh, that was so personal. And that's what we're missing in this world sometimes. Yes, Diana says, I love voice notes. I know. Bertina says, yes, great tips. Thank you guys so much. So if you guys are watching, look, I'm tapping my own like button. So come join me. Come join me. Okay, so next up, let's take a look here. I want to share with you guys um, my Tap That app. Just like I just tapped my own app because I need the love from y'all. Want to remind you of what that looks like. Yes. But let's move into my Tap That app. You guys are going to love this one. It is a free screen recording that works in the browser. It is the most easiest one I've seen to date. It's called recordscreen.io. It is incredible. It's awesome. Like, I really love this one. It is the easiest thing I've ever seen. You just literally hit record and it's recording, and it can have you in a little bubble where you are at the bottom of your screen, and that's a great way to create videos for the first time because you don't have to be overwhelmed with your face if you're not really down to get your face on video, but it's so important that you do. So once again, here's the website, recordscreen.io. Check it out. It's awesome. It's free. I love it. Okay. And I will be answering your questions either way. So yes, I got 21 seconds yet. I have 21 seconds left, but I'm just going to kind of scoot that over to the side, answer a few questions for you because why not? It's my show. I can do what I want. So I want to make sure I answer you guys any questions and just go through what's going on here. So yes, differentiator, great tips to help us be memorable. And that's what I want. It's all about standing out. It's all about taking advantage of this opportunity. And sharing is caring. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for reminding everybody that sharing is caring. And if you are loving this broadcast, if you got something out of this today, I would just, asking for a friend to share this with your network. There is a share button down below, and it looks something like this. And all you have to do is hit it, and you can share this with your entire network. And guess who would be eternally grateful? Me. I know. It would be awesome. So I'd appreciate that. And of course, you guys, if you guys have any questions, here's something I need to tell you. Guess what? Next week, I'm giving you the heads up from now. You have a break from this face, because next week, guess where I'm going to be? In Cuba. So you guys may be like, wait, what? Cuba? We can't go to Cuba. I can. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am. That was so Canadian of me. Oh my gosh. I just apologized for being Canadian. But yeah, so I'm Canadian. I can go to Cuba. So I'm going to Cuba next week. So for 1 week, you won't see me. But the week after, I will be back with more awesomeness to share with you, because that's what matters to me, is making sure that you guys are fed with social tools you can use. I'm also coming out with a few other video ideas that are not live, but shake things up a bit, see how things are going, test a few more things out. So definitely look out for that. But of course, let me just make sure, you guys, to see if you have any questions or anything like that. Yes, I am going to have an awesome time, Carrie Ann. I can't wait to go. I need a little bit of a vacay, so I'm looking forward to this. And if you guys have any questions, any show ideas, anything that you want me to cover, slide into my DMs. Let me know. I will make sure that you are well taken care of. Your show will be your show. And I have a few ideas based off of the last time I asked, so I'm going to keep it moving, hook you guys up wherever possible. And of course, if you have any questions or concerns at any time, just ask Cher. That's all I need. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if we're not connected yet, what? Connect with me on LinkedIn. Connect with me on Twitter. I'm at Cher Jones pretty much everywhere. So you can connect with me everywhere. Look at this full camera. I took up all the space now. So connect with me anywhere you are. And I thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, all the replays, they all end up on YouTube anyway. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. And thank you again for watching. And see you next week. Well, not next week, the week after next week. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join me live, but I always appreciate the replay. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. And of course, I'm trying to do something really cool, like end it really cool.